Good morning. Let us go to the last unit, last chapter, thermodynamics and thermodynamical relations. Last chapter from this paper number 3, thermodynamics and thermodynamical relations. The changes occurring in various state parameters due to heat energy and the associated various expressions. First article is first law of thermodynamics. Instead, for going first law of thermodynamics, let us start from zeroth law of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics. Let us consider three bodies. Body A, body B, body C. Let us consider three thermodynamic bodies. This body will be having certain temperature. This body will be having certain temperature. This body will be having certain temperature. Let us suppose that A and B are insulated from each other. They are not in contact with each other. A and B are not in contact with each other. But C is in contact with A. C is also in contact with B. If such a situation occurs, we have to apply zeroth law of thermodynamics. A and B thermally insulated from each other. These are not in contact. A is in contact with C. B is also in contact with C. But A and B are not contact with each other. In such cases, we always use zeroth law of thermodynamics. What is statement of zeroth law of thermodynamics? If there are three bodies A, B and C, bodies A and B are separately in thermal contact with the body C, separately are in thermal contact or in thermal equilibrium with C, then A and B are also in thermal equilibrium with each other. I will repeat it. A, B and C are three thermodynamical bodies having different temperatures. A and B are thermally insulated from each other. These are not in contact. But C is in contact with A. C is also in contact with A. So, according to general law of thermodynamics, if we have three thermal bodies, A, B and C, and if A and B are separately, A and B, which are not in contact. A and B are not in contact. If A and B are separately in thermal equilibrium with body C, A and B will also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Let us consider three thermodynamic bodies with different temperatures, A, B and C. Bodies A and B are thermally insulated from each other, and A and B both are separately in thermal equilibrium with body C. Then bodies A and B are also in thermal equilibrium with each other. This is the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Then let us go to the first law of thermodynamics. Let us go to first law of thermodynamics. We know that whenever work is needed to be done, energy is needed. Without energy, it is not possible to do work. Without energy, it is not possible to do work. Let us consider a gas. The gas may compress, the gas may expand. The gas may compress, the gas may expand. In both the cases, work is done. How the work done is a different thing, but work is done. Work may be done by some external agency, work may be done by the body itself. In first law of thermodynamics, we are talking about work done by some external agency. Let us consider a gas, and certain amount of heat energy Q is provided to this gas. Then this gas undergoes changes. This gas undergoes changes. If initial volume of the gas is V1, the final volume of the gas will become V2. At the same time, there may be change in temperature of the gas. That is, change in internal energy of the gas. All this thing is covered in the first law of thermodynamics. According to first law of thermodynamics, heat energy Q given to a body, a working substance, a gas, is always utilized to change the internal energy of the body and to do external work. In that case, this Q can also be written as delta Q, equation number 1. Amount of heat energy delta Q amount of heat energy delta Q provided to a body, to a working substance, to a gas is always utilized in increasing the internal energy of the body and in doing external work on the body. This is first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics always states, always explains the provided heat energy to a body. How the heat energy is utilized by a body when a heat energy is provided to that body by any external agency. How a body utilizes supplied heat energy will be described by first law of thermodynamics. This is about the first law of thermodynamics. By using zeroth law of thermodynamics and first law of thermodynamics, many of phenomena, many of properties happening in the universe we perform in laboratories, scientists perform in their labs may not be explained completely. For example, heat engines. Working of heat engine could not be explained by zeroth law of thermodynamics and first law of thermodynamics. Heat engines are used in every automobile. Your Activa is having heat engine, your motorcycle is having heat engine, whatever type of bike you use, that is having a heat engine. The engine your bike using may be petrol engine, the engine your bike using may be diesel engine, the engine any automobile using may be diesel engine or petrol engine. That is always heat engine. Aeroplane has heat engine, locomotives has heat engine, cars, trucks, every automobile has a heat engine. Heat engine is used to convert heat energy to mechanical work. And therefore, to explain how the heat engine works, what is the efficiency of the heat engine, what processes are taking place inside the heat engine, etc., etc. Zeroth law and first law of thermodynamics are unable. Similarly, you people are using refrigerators and various ice plants. Nowadays we need ice plants or cold storage plants. Instead of ice plants, let me call it cold storage plants. We need cold storage plants for various purposes. It is required for farming, it is required by industry, it is required by hospitals, it is required by various laboratories in colleges, it is required by hospitals, it is required by pathology laboratories, it is required by everywhere. Refrigerator, the freeze, it is there in everybody's home. This is working just opposite to the heat engine. But to study this refrigerator, to study the cold storages, their processing, their efficiencies, and so many things about them will not be explained by first zeroth law of thermodynamics and first law of thermodynamics. We need second law of thermodynamics for this purpose. So before going to the article relation connecting PVT in adiabatic process, we shall first see the second law of thermodynamics. After that we shall go for the relations connecting PVT in adiabatic process. So let me go to the second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics. I have told you introductory idea behind second law of thermodynamics, and now I am going to state the statements of second law of thermodynamics. One statement is due to the physicist Kelvin and Planck, and other statement is due to Clausius. Kelvin Planck's statement of second law of thermodynamics, Clausius statement of second law of thermodynamics. Kelvin Planck's statement of second law of thermodynamics, many times known as Kelvin's statement of second law of thermodynamics. According to Kelvin and Planck, according to Kelvin and Planck, according to Kelvin and Planck, the statement of second law of thermodynamics is: it is impossible to derive continuous supply of work from a body, cooling it at a temperature lower than its surrounding. Let me repeat it. Kelvin Planck's statement of second law of thermodynamics. It is impossible to derive. It is impossible to derive continuous supply of work from a body by cooling it below a temperature lower than temperature of the surrounding. Then this is the principle of every heat engine. This is the principle of every heat engine. The temperature of heat engine is much above the temperature of the surroundings, and you can make that body. That body may be the moped, that body may be the motorcycle, that body may be car, maybe aeroplane, maybe any automobile. You can supply the work provided that its temperature will be very higher than temperature of its surrounding. Many more processes are there, many more things are there which are not for syllabus, so I am not going to tell you all these things. But this statement is applicable to all heat engines used in various automobiles. You remember this thing. Then, let us come to the Clausius statement of second law of thermodynamics. According to Clausius, it is impossible to make heat flow. It is impossible to make heat flow from a body at lower temperature to a body at higher temperature without doing any external work on the working substance. It is impossible to make transfer of heat energy from a body at lower temperature to a body at higher temperature without doing any external work on the working substance. And this statement is related with the cold storage plants and all the various types of refrigerators of any manufacturing company. And so this statement is also very, very important. So here I explained and gave these statements for zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, and second law of thermodynamics. And hope you got it. Without going into much details, we shall switch to the next article. Relation connecting PVT in an adiabatic process in the next lecture. Thank you.